Taunton. Put in, the visitors looked to Chris Dent to once again give his side a flying start, and once more he didn't disappoint. He went after Lewis Gregory in his opening over, this the first of 14 maximums in the innings. But when Dent tried to repeat the dose next ball, he was well held by Tom Abel, out for 16, Gloucestershire on 19 for 1 after 2. Ian Cobain came in and immediately lifted off, the visiting team oozing confidence in this form of the game after a great run. Time for the spin of Roland van der Merwe, whose third delivery was lifted over the rope by Miles Hammond, who then in the next over hit Max Waller to George Bartlett, the batsman gone for 27 with a total on 68 for 2 after 8. And then the next over cost an extraordinary 30 runs, Cobain taking a liking to Ollie Sale. These 3 maximums coming off the last 3 balls of the over as Gloucestershire raced through the gears, Cobain making the most of excellent batting conditions in Taunton as he raced to 45 off 22 balls to put his side into a fantastic position. Ryan Higgins also cleared the rope before being trapped in front by van der Merwe as Somerset suddenly fashioned a fight back. Next ball, Cobain gave Gregory a catch off Waller, the batsman out for a 27-ball 50. And Waller and Gregory combined again 4 balls later as James Bracey fell for a duck. 3 wickets had gone down in 6 balls for the addition of only 2 runs. Gloucestershire now on 111 for 5 from 11. Time for a rebuilding job as the pace slowed until George Scott was well held by Babar Azam off Davey after making 9. The score now on 136 for 6 with 5 overs to go. Gloucestershire's policy with the bat was to keep on going, and the returning Benny Howell did just that. Sale again the bowler to suffer with an over which went for 18. Howell was clearly keen to make up for lost time and next went after Gregory, who was unusually expensive, this over costing 17, as Gloucestershire could now start to think of a total in excess of 200. And that is what they managed. 62 runs coming off the final 4 overs, Chris Taylor making a run of ball 31, while Howell raced to 49 off 18 with 5 sixes as his team finished on a very competitive 203 for 6 from their 20 overs. To overhaul that, Somerset needed a rip-roaring start, but instead lost early wickets again, Steve Davis cutting Higgins to Cobain after making 12. Babar Azam followed for 10, Taylor holding on off David Payne. While Abel, after his team had struggled to 35 for 2 from the power play, was run out by Dent coming back for a second, which was never really on. Gloucestershire were in a dominant position, having their hosts on 51 for 3 from 7, but they hadn't perhaps reckoned on Smead making just his second appearance for Somerset. He lost Bartlett in the 10th over, Dent once again fantastic in the field, as Somerset showed that they hadn't learnt from Abel's dismissal. 74 for 4 from 10 meant that Somerset needed 130 more from the second 10, a nigh on impossible task, and not even shots like this from Gregory appeared to be enough. 106 was still required from 7 and Smead hadn't given up, an impressive innings seeing him to a maiden half-century. Reached with a 6 off Tom Smith, his runs coming off 36 balls. On an otherwise disappointing afternoon at this stage, Somerset could take great heart from Smead's performance. He was dropped on 56 and Gregory used that to try to change the course of the game with a huge 6 off Payne as the target was brought down to 77 off the final 5 overs. Gregory has won games from similar positions in the past and he now attacked Howell with some punishing shots. Howell, however, showed off his skills, a slower ball completely foxing Gregory, who was stumped on 38 off 21, ending a stand of 65, the runs required now at 67 from 4 overs. Tom Lammonby did his best, 2 huge 6s off Higgins, just about keeping his side in a game that moments earlier was well out of reach, 50 now needed off 3. Smead then smashed Howell out of the ground twice off 2 balls to move into the 70s. Somerset taking 17 runs off the 18th over, and now, unbelievably, the game was in the balance. These 2 youngsters providing plenty of entertainment. Smead showed the strength of the Somerset Academy by then smashing the first ball of the penultimate over into the river. It was now becoming an astonishing chase. But it was halted when Smead tried to go big once more, only to be taken on the boundary's edge by Cobain. A fabulous innings ending on 82, made from 49 balls. Next ball, Lammonby was bowled by Higgins, his 17 runs coming off 6, but it was all too late for his side. 20 left to find off the final over. Payne then ensured another win for his team, a 5th in succession, by bowling Van der Merwe with a perfect Yorker. Somerset ending on 192 for 8. So Gloucestershire took the match by 11 runs to make qualification out of the group stage for them highly likely, while Somerset are left with an awful lot to do to match